Today is 6th of August 2025. Yesterday I talked the fifth causative factor to develop and sharpen the controlling faculties. That is to recollect the sign of samadhi, or to recollect the conditions or circumstances of the samadhi, or to reapply the condition, circumstances of samadhi when meditation we feel meditation is not going well, lacking mindfulness, lacking concentration. So to reapply those conditions, and I also talk about the samadhi concentration, how samadhi develops, how samadhi concentration can put defilements at a bay through the development of unbroken concentration. So yesterday I talked about the fifth causative factor to develop and sharpen the controlling faculties. Today we talk about the sixth one. The sixth causative factor to develop and sharpen the controlling faculties is to develop proper factors to develop the enlightenment factors, appropriate enlightenment factors. That is the sixth one. Developing appropriate enlightenment factors or factor of enlightenment. Many of us are familiar with the word Bojanga, factor of enlightenment. It is the compound of two words, Bodhi and Anga. Bodhi is derived from root meaning of to know or to awaken or to realize. So here Bodhi means realization, realizing the truth, realizing the Dhamma, or the knowledge itself, the knowledge which realizes the reality, the truth, especially the Four Noble Truths. That is Bodhi. And Anga means factor or part. So Bodhi, when we compound these two words, Bodhi and Anga, it becomes Bojanga. Simply we call as factors of enlightenment. There are 7 enlightenment factors. First one is sati, mindfulness. Second is Dhamma Vicaya, the investigating knowledge of Dhamma. Third is Viriya, effort. Fourth is piti, rapture. Fifth is passaddhi, serenity. And sixth is samadhi, concentration. And seventh, the last one is Upekha, equanimity. These seven are enlightenment factors. To be enlightened one, we need these seven factors. Without these seven factors, we can't be liberated, we can't get enlightenment, we can't attain enlightenment. Hence called factors of enlightenment. So sati, about the sati, the first one we have already discussed about sati. The second one, Dhamma Vijaya, although it is said as investigating knowledge of Dhamma, it is just used as a synonymous name of wisdom or knowledge. So that is indeed knowledge itself, wisdom. And we have to talk a bit about this wisdom. We haven't talked about the knowledge, wisdom. Yesterday I talked when we develop concentration continuously, that concentration permits the wisdom to arise. Concentration gives rise to wisdom. The momentum of concentration gives rise to wisdom. That is what yesterday I mentioned. So how wisdom develops, how samadhi gives rise to wisdom. As we develop concentration continuously, as mentioned yesterday, with unbroken continuity, the longer we develop concentration continuously, the farther the defilements remain. Mind become pure and pure, clean and clean. Not only the obsessive kilesas remain at bay, hindrances. The five hindrances that hinder our mind often during the practice, that halt our mind during the practice, also become suppressed or eliminated. So mind become crystal clear. And the example here given, the analogy given here is, the meditation is like looking into the water to see on face. And while looking into the water, if water is mixed with color, suppose the water is mixed with color, can we see our own face? No. Can our face will be reflected into the water? No. We can't see our own face. Okay, water is not mixed with color, but steamed up. Steam is there. Still, we cannot see our face into the water. Water is not steamed up, but moss or water plants are there. Water is covered by moss or water plants. Again, can't see. Let's say those are not there, but wind is blowing. So because of the wind, the waves are there. So water is blown by wind and waves are there. You still cannot see. The fifth one is, let's say these things are not there, but water is muddy and put in the dark, in dark place. You still cannot see our face. So these five examples are compared with the five hindrances. The first one, color, is the analogy for first hindrance, that is kama chanda, sense desire. Sense desire. I don't think I will need to talk much about the kama chanda because it is quite similar with the kama vitaka. I have already talked about the kama vitaka. Kama vitaka, the sense-related thought, wanting to see good, wanting to hear good, smell good, taste good, touch good, think good, sense-related thought. This is sensuous desire. So, same thing, want to see good, want to hear good, smell good, taste good, touch good. Sensuous thought. It could be regarding to past object, present object, and future object. I gave the example when I talk about the sensuous thought. Mind may think, oh, before coming to the retreat, the food I ate was so delicious, so and so. If it is about the present object, when we hear good sound, pleasant sound, mind may attach, oh, what a good sound. This is about the present object. Our mind may think about the future. When I get home back, then I will eat my favorite food, delicious food, and so on. These all are the sensuous thought or sense desire. And the second hindrance is vyapada, ill will, and it is also, I have already talked the hatred, ill will, aversion, and harmful, violent thoughts. So those two are related to the vyapada, ill will, aversion. Hatred related thoughts. This is second one. Third one is sloth and torpor. Sloth and torpor, it is also quite obvious. Yogis know about this. When sloth and torpor is there, yogis may start to nod, may fall asleep, mind is sluggish. At times, although want to apply energy, cannot apply energy, mind looks frozen. When sloth and torpor become very strong, although we want to apply energy, it's hard, it's contracted, looks like mind is frozen, so hard. That is sloth and torpor. Then fourth is the restlessness and remorse. Restlessness is understandable. Remorse or guilty feeling. The guilty feeling arises related when we remember the past action. And it arises due to the past memory, due to the action that we have done, which should not be done. That is the one thing. Another, that we failed to do in the past, that is about the wholesome. So remorse arises by remembering, by recollecting the unwholesome deed that you have done in the past. That is the one reason of feeling guilty. The second is not just remembering the unwholesome, but wholesome, but you failed to do. In the past, there was good condition, you had a good chance, good opportunity to do that wholesome action, but you failed to do. So because of that also, you may feel guilty, remorse may arise. So that is the fourth one. And the last one is vicikiccha, doubt or skeptical doubt. The doubt may arise, especially doubt on practice. You may doubt about the practice, whether it is true or not, that this meditation, they said that this meditation lead to liberation, or you may doubt to your own practice, whether I am doing right or wrong, and so on. These all are the doubts. So in this way, 5 hindrances may arise. They halt in practice, they hinder in practice, not letting you to move forward. You may become stuck, you may remain stagnant because of hindrances. No matter how much you try, if hindrances are present, then you can't move forward, you can't progress, you remain stuck. Just as the example given, if any of those 5 things are there in the water, either color or steam, moss, or windy, or muddy, or darkness, if any of these 5 is there, we can't see our face into the water. So needless to say, if all of them are there, even if one of them is there, we can't see. If all of them are there, it is impossible to see the reflection of our face. So similarly, when hindrances are present, we can't see the reality. We can't see the true nature because of the hindrances, because of the impure mind. Mind is dusty, dirty, impure, polluted, defiled, whatever you say. Mind is polluted. Mind is not clean. But when mind becomes clean by continuous development of mindfulness, concentration, mind becomes crystal clear. Mind becomes crystal clear, just as if the water has no those things that we have just mentioned. Water is crystal clear, so can see our face. good reflection is there. Similarly, when mind becomes crystal clear, then automatically vision become clear and come to see what really exists. Since we are observing body and mind, so no doubt we come to see the nature of body and mind. The vision becomes clear. When vision becomes clear, we come to see the true natures of body and mind. And that is what we call arising of knowledge. That is what we call arising of knowledge, and is given birth by the samadhi. The samadhi which is developed continuously. So this is how knowledge develops. This is how the momentum of concentration permits the wisdom to arise. So wisdom develops and yogis come to see the reality of mind and matter. And when we talk about the realities of mind and matter, few things I have already mentioned, like individual natures of physicalities and mentalities. Yogis come to discover, realize individual natures of physicalities and mentalities. When we talk about mentality, I have already talked much about the physicalities. When I talk about the mentalities, mind and mental factors, like yogis come to see like the attachment, the clinging mind, how it functions, how it works, how the attachment works, not releasing the object. At times yogis, meditators know, oh, this is clinging mind, but it still can't release that object. That is knowing the nature of the greed, because the manifestation of the greed is non-releasing. It doesn't release the object, pleasing objects. It clings, it attaches the pleasing object. So consciously, unconsciously, yogis come to know the natures of the greed, nature of the anger, nature of the illusion. So illusion means you still don't know truly. However, you say you know, but you still don't know. Your mind is still concealed by the illusion. So you will know how the illusion conceals your mind, the hotness of the proud, how the doubt performs. So you come to know. So knowing all these means you are knowing the natures, characteristics of mental factors. And I have told many of yogis that as mindfulness gets better, concentration gets better, you come to see the mind mentalities that you have never realized, never experienced before. You may even think that, oh, do I have this mind? Do I have such a degraded mind? So you may not have experience in the past, but you will come to see such kind of mind. So it is not just arising. We have already talked about the latent type of defilements. Embedded defilements are there. When the good condition meets, then the latent kilesas, defilements, arise or generates. So in this way, you come to know the you come to know yourself. You come to know about your mind by your own personal experience. Nobody is telling you, nobody is giving explanation to you about your mind. You yourself know or come to know about your mind, how degraded your mind is, how upgraded, how weak, how strong, how emotional, how non-emotional, how reactive, how non-reactive, how impulsive, non-impulsive your mind is, how quickly it may react, how quickly it doesn't react. So all these things you come to know. So it is good to know. Sometimes yogi may think, oh, is get thinking and thoughts, or when yogis come to know so many mind or mentalities, they may think, oh, even my mind is wandering a lot, even wandering more than before. Yogis may think like that, but in fact, it is not so. Knowing much more about the mind is a good thing, because mind is not something easy to explore. Mind is not something easy to see or detect. There is no tool to know about the mind. Like for body, there are tools yet. There are the tools to investigate about the body, but there is no tool to know about mind and mental factor. Meditation is the only tool, or meditation is the only way to know about your mind. And when you come to know about your mind, sometimes you become capable to know about the mind of others as well. Anyhow, the main is to know about oneself, about one body and mind. So what I am talking about is, as we practice meditation, as we develop mindfulness, concentration, slowly we come to know about our body and mind, the natures of body and mind, and slowly you come to know the individual natures, the hardness, softness, tension, tightness, coolness, warmness, heat, burning sensation, pulling, pushing, movements, and so on. These are individual characteristics. Then you come to see the appearance of those individual natures, then short continuation, then dissolving. So three phases of individual characteristics. Hardness also arises, continues for a while, then it dissolves. Softness also arises and continues for a while and dissolves. Similarly, greed arises, continues for a while, then dissolves. Anger arises, continues for a while, and dissolves. So you come to know the three moments of all individual natures, or all physicalities and the mentalities. So that is, and then you come to see the third one. Now you don't see the second moment or the middle moment, the second phase, that is the continuation. You will just see the arising and dissolving, arising and passing away, arising and passing away. Harness arise, then immediately dissolves. There is no continuation. You will not see the middle part. Anger arise, then immediately dissolves. Greed arise, immediately dissolves. So whatever you observe, you will see coming and going, coming and going, just coming and going. And at the beginning, uh, is not quite fast, but as it becomes mature, as that knowledge become mature, you will see rising and passing away in super fast manner, and super fast manner, rising and passing away. I'm not just talking about one individual sensation or one individual object. You will see rising and the passing away of multiple objects, at times uncountable number of the individual natures arising and the passing away. So then when you see in that way, so you will realize the impermanence. That is when the knowledge into impermanence develops. And when you develop the knowledge into impermanence, then automatically the knowledge into dissatisfaction or knowledge into suffering develops. Then knowledge into selflessness also develops. These three natures are common to all the physicalities and the mentalities, so known as common characteristics: impermanence, suffering, non-self. So in this way, the vision becomes clear, crystal clear, and that is what we say, development of the knowledge develops. So the second one is, second factor of enlightenment is knowledge. Then the third one, virya. Virya also I have already mentioned, but and maybe tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, I will talk more about this virya. So that's why I'm not talking much more about the effort. Then the fourth one is piti, rapture. Rapture, joy arises. Then passaddhi, the serenity, the 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 mind. If we talk this passaddhi, serenity, in modern term, it is in fact the free state of anxiety, stress, and depression. If we talk in modern term, the passaddhi is the free state of stress, anxiety, or depression, and so on. It's cool calmness. Then samadhi, concentration, I have already talked. Then then upekha, the equanimity. I will talk little bit about the equanimity as well. So these 7 factors of enlightenment should be developed appropriately in order to sharpen the controlling faculties. So, as I just mentioned, in the word Bojanga, main is bodhi, is mainly about knowledge, or mainly about knowledge. When we come to know the Four Noble Truth, it is about the realization or attainment of the Nibbana. When you come to know the Four Noble Truth with your personal knowledge, with path and fruition knowledge, then that is the attainment of Nibbana. So when we talk like that, it looks like the knowledge is main. Of course, knowledge is main. That's why in bodhi is in fact the knowledge which knows the truth, the Four Noble Truth. But knowledge alone cannot perform. Knowledge alone is not sufficient to realize the enlightenment, to attain the enlightenment, or in other words, we can say to eliminate the defilements. Knowledge alone is not sufficient. It needs other helping factors, supporting factors. Assistant factors are needed. Just as in a battlefield, like in battlefield, victory does not depend on the performance of a soldier. It is not about the performance of a soldier, but on the collective strength and the coordination of the entire army. So entire army is needed. It is not about a performance of a single soldier. So in the same way, when battling against the defilements, meditation is like battling against the defilements. Yogis are here in battlefield. Yogis are here in battlefield. So you are battling with defilements. So when battling against defilements, wisdom alone is not enough. Wisdom alone is not enough. It must be supported by the other 6 factors I have already mentioned: sati, dhamma vijaya knowledge, then viriya effort, piti rapture, passaddhi serenity, samadhi concentration, and upekha the equanimity. That's why called as factors of enlightenment. They are the factors of enlightenment, and practicing meditation is also to develop those enlightenment factors. If they haven't arisen yet, we develop. If they have already arisen, if they have already generated, then we cultivate, we sustain, and we fulfill. When they become accomplished, they become perfect, then that means the realization of the enlightenment. So we are practicing meditation to develop these factors of enlightenment. So here in the 6th causative factor, it says that need to be developed appropriately. Need to be developed appropriately to sharpen the controlling faculties. So what it means is, like, sometimes they are not in balance. They are not in balance. So we have to keep them in balance. Sometimes like a rapture may arise because of good concentration, then mind become exhilarated, mind become excited, mind become excited, exhilarated. So when mind become too much excited, so mind is not well landing on the meditative object. It departs from the object. It departs from the object. It doesn't stick on the meditative object. So we are lacking. Rapture is there, but lacking maybe concentration, maybe lacking the serenity. So which is lacking at that moment, we have to fulfill. So that's why it is said the appropriate, the enlightenment factors need to be developed at that moment. Like the analogy, another one is just as the body needs all kind of vitamins. Body needs all kind of vitamins in proper balance to stay healthy. To stay healthy, we need all sorts of vitamins, but in proper balance. The mind also needs 7 enlightenment factors, and they must be developed in harmony to progress on the path. Too much or too little of one factors lead to imbalance. Too much or too less of one factors leads to imbalance, just like a vitamin deficiency or overdose affects the body. Similarly, imbalance of the enlightenment factors will not be supportive or productive to attain or to realize the Four Noble Truths. So we need to keep them in balance. So there are the mainly two conditions. While practicing meditation, sometimes the practice can be extremely good, experiencing distinctive Dhamma, distinctive natures, the generating rapture, then but resulting in the meditators like getting exhilarated and overly elated, and with the mind getting scattered. Mind gets scattered. That is the one condition. On another hand, the practice can be very bad. Not being able to observe and not being able to observe properly, making so slow progress, not distinctive progress, facing various kind of difficulties or pain and so on. At a time, yogis, meditators mind may become depressed. So these two are the main conditions that yogis may face. Yesterday also I mentioned meditation is an ups and downs affairs. It is not always like a smooth way to go. It keeps, at times it goes up, at times it goes down. So these two conditions yogis may face, may experience. So what are the factors of enlightenment should be developed in these two conditions? The first one, when the yogis experience good, extremely good, or concentration is good, and because of concentration, rapture arise. And because of rapture, mind become the exhilarated, elated. So mind become very excited because sometimes never experience such a joy, never experience that pleasingness. So mind becomes so excited. Even sometimes like want to share with other fellow yogis, and sometimes want to go to teacher immediately and to share with teacher. This kind of mind arise. So that means at that time three factors of enlightenment must be developed. The first one is upekha, the equanimity must be developed. Equanimity is needed because at that time mind is not well balanced. In fact, this is the nature of our mind. Sometimes we become overexcited when we face good, but suddenly when we face bad, then mind become sad and shaken. So that kind of nature, the nature of the ordinary people. This is the nature of the ordinary people. So that is what happening at that moment. Mind is not balanced. So at that time, yogis have to develop equanimity, the balanced mind. Yogis may themselves remind that, oh, this is not good. This is not good at all. Yogis should not be exhilarated, should not be overly elated at that moment, should not be overjoyed at that moment, or can remind that, oh, this is just for a moment. Maybe later I may again face the bad, I may confront or I may experience the bad situation again. Right now I am having good experience, but after a while I may have the bad experience as well. Right now I am having rapture, but later I may even face unbearable pain, which may assault, which may cause depression, like that. So have to keep in balance. Have to keep in balance, or have to develop the passaddhi, the serenity. It is because when mind is extremely exhilarated, elated, or face overjoyed, at times mind may keep thinking that whether these kind of experiences will be experienced in the future or not, or whether it is just going to last for some moment. So some kind of anxiety is there. Some kind of anxiety is there. So that is also no good. So mind is not calm at that time. So to calm down, we need to develop the passaddhi. We have to calm down. If mind is anxious whether these kind of experiences will come in future or not, or whether It is going to just last for a moment, or maybe after a while uh, I will lose this experience. If this kind of anxiety is there, you can again cool down. Oh, nothing is permanent. Nothing is permanent. It comes and goes. It comes and goes. It is impermanence. It is out of control. It arises by cause and effect, and it dissolves by cause and effect. So it's not uh, under control. Objects are not under control. Physicalities, mentalities which are arising in our body are out of control. That is also why they are known as impermanent. Selflessness, the anatta. So you have to contemplate about the selflessness out of control. We can't do anything. So that is also what we can contemplate. Then another thing to develop, the third one you may develop, is concentration, because mind is not well penetrated. It is departed from the object. Overjoyed means mind is not sticked on the object. Or maybe mind is recollecting what you have experienced just recently. Or you may have thinking about the future, whether you are going to experience again or not. So mind is not at present moment. So that's why to keep in present moment, you have to develop the mindfulness concentration right there, concentration. The concentration which penetrates into the presently arising object. If you develop concentration at that time, then that exhilarating mind and the elated mind will be subside. And the overjoyed mind will be subsided. So that's why in that condition, mainly these three, the factors of enlightenment should be developed. When mind is overjoyed, exhilarated, elated, at that time you have to develop either equanimity or serenity or samadhi. If you develop any of these, automatically those factors of enlightenment become balanced. So this is what it does mean about developing the appropriate factors of enlightenment. So we will definitely talk more about this tomorrow. Time is up, so we have to stop the talk today. So for today, I talk about the development of the knowledge, wisdom as well. So you have to develop concentration continuously, not giving chance to arise the hindrances which impures, defiles the mind, especially which halt your mind, hinder your progress. So not giving chance to arise them, and also dispelling the defilements momentarily, each and every moment. And by dispelling hindrances or the defilements, making the mind crystal clear, may you be able to develop wisdom, and whenever needed, whenever your factors of enlightenment are not in balance, so by knowing, may you be able to develop the appropriate factors of enlightenment, and may you able to sharpen the controlling faculties.